Hey guys, I hope you are well. Today I give you episode 1 of JoziReal. I will be interviewing Sylvester ZAKI. I went to school with him, he's a boxer and I knew him for a while. I remember watching Rocky as a kid and there was this message in there that you pick yourself up when you get hit down, and that's the important part. But being able to hear someone's story where that happened is the most inspiring. Sylvester, he had dreams, he had these visions, and life dealt him a hard blow, and he didn't give up. He picked up the pieces and he made a success of himself, and I was really inspired to hear his story, really captivated by it, and what he does now is just amazing, guys. There were one or two instances where a weight was dropped on the floor. I think a family member was training upstairs. It is a private gym, so I've done my best to edit the sound out, but the message is still clear. Guys, I know you're going to enjoy the story. I was captivated and I'm going to watch it again. So sit back, grab some popcorn and enjoy today's interview with Sylvester ZAKI. This is JoziReal, I'm Mark Lemaire. My guest today is Sylvester ZAKI, a professional boxer and 3 times SA champion in the amateur division. You have successfully won all of your African Games entries and ranked the best in Africa in 2006, leading you to being selected for the Olympic trials. During the Olympic trials, you suffered a head injury that left you with the prognosis that you would never box again. After 2.5 years and sheer determination, you visited your physician and received a medical clearance to participate in the higher division and ranked number 3 in the middleweight division in South Africa within 1 year, finally leading you to a title fight in the Gauteng middleweight division. Sylvester, welcome to JoziReal in your own gym, ZAKI New Life Fitness.
Thank you very much for having me.
No, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you for giving me the time to have you. So, Sylvester, I remember you and I went to school together, and I didn't see you. After one specific year, you left. So tell me what happened. Why did you leave school?
Well, I just got a bigger vision, obviously. School wasn't really for me, okay? My whole life was boxing. I love boxing. I mean, like you said over there really, that I was a 3-time SA champion. So my bigger vision in life was to be a world champion one day. Whether it be even an SA champion, whether it be anything. I just wanted to carry a belt around and say, I've done it, I made it. That's what I fought for. And at the end of the day, I wasn't really interested in academics and that type of stuff. I was interested in my boxing. My whole life was my boxing. It was all I lived for.
Which is great.
And like a lot of guys, I'm not throwing towels at anyone or anything like that. But I mean, obviously, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go to clubs, I never have. Never my thing. My boxing's been my life. So that's what I live for, really.
That's good, man. So I know you told me that you finished a few subjects at the HFPA.
Correct.
That's the Health and Fitness Professionals Academy. You then at age 17 obtained an internationally accredited personal training degree and qualified at the age of 18.
Yes.
So you've explained some of the feelings you had, but were there any fears you had during this transition? And I mean more specifically to the cultural belief that you have to finish school. Like, what were your fears?
See, look, okay, we're going back now to school things. A lot of people always say, if you don't finish school, you're not going to make it, you're not going to be success in life. To me, I saw the bigger picture, like I said. I want to be a boxer, I want to be a world champion. Prior to the personal training, I never studied personal training because I thought I'm going to fall into the personal training side of things. I never actually thought I was going to do that. My whole goal was to be a world champion live off sponsors, live off my boxing money and go from there. I never expected to have obviously a head injury and have to stop boxing. Alright? So the personal coach is a backup plan, really. Obviously, my whole life, I wasn't interested in studying and that type of stuff. But obviously, with personal training, you have to study. It's very hard, honestly. But I wanted to study something that I was good at and what I enjoyed. Now, obviously, my whole life I boxed. So boxing would have been the best thing for me, or personal training would have been the best thing for me, because you were boxing with a personal trainer. That's why I decided to do personal training. It's something that I'm good at. That's why I do personal training. That's the reason why I study personal training, not personal training. So it's a backup plan if the boxing didn't work out like right now.
Yeah, and you have another story of success, and I love the idea of challenging that belief that you have to finish school. I'm not saying don't finish school to those watching and listening, but the idea that you can't be successful. I met someone at the beginning of lockdown. And she didn't finish school, and she's a successful entrepreneur. So it just proves again that you don't have to. Again, this isn't to persuade you to not finish school or dissuade you from it, but it's just inspiring to see that happen. One of the other stories about you is you had a gym at the back of your house.
Correct.
At the age of 19, I think it was.
19 years.
And now you've got your own actual gym. Tell us about the transformation and how you feel now.
So what actually happened, quick story. So after I finished HPA, it was very hard because I never finished school, and I had to basically finish my matric for biology first to HPA, and then obviously do my course. So it took me a little longer than supposed to because I never finished matric, but it was worth it. Then I worked at Virgin Active in Macedonia for a year, with a couple of other qualifications in spinning, air courses, your first aid, all of that.
I've also got spinning instructors.
Yeah, so there's
I love it.
So after that, I decided I didn't want to work too much on the weight side. Yeah, sure, weights is great, but a lot of people do different things. Weights, boxing, lose weight, gain weight, but there's, especially for women nowadays, you need to learn the
self-defense.
Self-defense.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say. So for women nowadays, the way the world is running, self-defense is the answer. So I want to focus more on the boxing. Virgin Active, fitness that we work at, you can't focus too much on that side of things. And obviously me being a boxer my whole life, boxing was what I wanted to do. Boxing and obviously the weight, more on the boxing side of things. So I worked at Virgin Active for a year, and then I decided to have my own gym because of the boxing aspect of it.
I think that's brilliant, man. I've been to many Virgin Actives, and I still go. And you get the kick class, where you see the instructor doing everything. And, that can almost give you some movement, but the fact that you base it on helping women, of course, with self-defense, and of course it inspires people and gives them confidence. So we're jumping the program a bit, but that's fine. How does it feel being that source of inspiration and motivation for those people?
To me, to motivate anyone, it's unbelievable. And to give people's confidence up there, to know that they can actually stand up for themselves. There's no better feeling than that. You see when I train people at times, I'm talking about ladies now. They first come out, they're very shy, they don't believe in themselves, and they don't know how to punch. So to know how to punch, get a fit in that, and they feel like they're top of the world. So you can't, it's surreal. You don't understand how it feels.
Exactly, and then that relates into other aspects of their life. They start eating better, they start dressing better, taking care of themselves. So it's an amazing thing. You never saw yourself being that guy in school.
The whole reason behind me calling my gym New Life Fitness World, New Life Fitness Gym, is because think about this: if you train, you try to eat better. You eat better, you start sleeping better. Sleeping better, you start living a better life. So it really is a new life. It really is. In every aspect of the word, it's a new life.
I didn't even think about that.
It's a new life.
New Life Fitness.
It's really a new life. It's how you change your life for your thing. Everything gets better. When you train, you get more tired. You sleep better. A lot of people have insomnia. They can't sleep. A lot of what is it? But when you train, it releases endorphins in your body. Alright?
Feel good more.
100%. So you start feeling better, you start feeling good about yourself. And then you go and you're tired. So you exhaust yourself in the gym. Good, have a good sweat on. You go home and you percent. You sleep like a baby. Now a lot of times people can't sleep because they too much worry. So the brain overworks. This is one of the biggest reasons. New life fitness world. Because it's a new life. You start a new life with me.
That's awesome, man. So, on the topic of inspiration, what was your inspiration to being a boxer?
It's a bit of a story then, but okay, so when I was growing up, I used to, I'm talking about a young boy, I started boxing when I was 6 years old. My dad always used to beg, he always wanted a son. Okay, so first of all, just going back on that topic, my name is Sylvester for a reason. My dad always wanted a son. And he wanted his son to box. And he loved Sylvester Stallone with the Rocky movies. Really. So he actually called me Sylvester because of Sylvester Stallone. And then obviously he loved boxing and he was so inspired by those movies that he wanted his son one day to box. So my name was Sylvester because of Sylvester Stallone. It's inspired by the Rocky movies. And then obviously when I was 6 years old, I was a chubby little oak. You know, when we were training on life, we were kids, you know nothing about life. You're 6 years old. 100%. So my dad said to me, "Boy, please try boxing one day, try boxing." And I said to him, "No, Dad, it's not for me. You know, training's not for me." I didn't know what I was doing when I was a kid. What I was interested about that time was eating and sleeping, really. You know, you're a kid.
Playing in the dirt.
100%. So anyhow, I said, okay, you know, Dad, because I love my dad so much, and I said, okay, no problem, let's try that. So I went to Samuel's boxing club, Billy Hoofer was the trainer at that time. And I went there and I trained, but obviously I never trained my whole life. It's the first time I literally ever trained at 6 years old. And I vomited and I was out of breath and I hated every second. I didn't want no doing with boxing. So I said off the class, I'm not talking to the people, I said off the class, but Dad, no. I was vomited, I'm like, it's too hard, I don't want it, please, just leave it. And my dad said, okay, no problem. Well, they never forced me to do something I want to do. Went home, went back on my life again, normal life, a little 6-year-old life. And about a month later, I was thinking about it, my mind overplays. When someone talks to me, you might say something to me, nah. And I said, nah, he's stupid, it doesn't matter what he's saying. But it works in my mind, and I say, maybe he's right.
Plants the seed.
100%. So, a month later, I went back to my dad and said, Dad, let me try boxing again. But I don't want to go back to the same club. Let's try another club. Let's try something else. So he said, okay, no problem. Now, in my dad's mind, obviously knows that I'm not his son. He said, no, this boy doesn't have anything. In his own mind, he said this. So what he's going to do is he's going to drive me around a while, take me to a school, tell me to go look in the school, get a police box or the stories. No, it's not a boxing club. I'm taking home. Okay, sorry, I couldn't find a boxing club. This was the lead. That was his whole plan, right? I don't know this, of course. In the car, all added up, driving around. Now he goes to Regent's Park. Driving around there, he goes into the school WSUC. Into the school WSUC, parks there. Now there's a lot of cars in it. So in my liking, I think it's a boxing club, alright? Meantime, I see students with the suits on and the types of the school uniform on. So that's obviously they like 70 whatever they go, so parents evening whatever they night. So they said, okay, get out boy and go ask the guy how much is a boxing club. Meantime, he doesn't think this is a boxing club. He thinks this is just the school. Get out, run upstairs, go upstairs. So while your students at the head parents evening first, after parents evening there already was a boxing club, but he didn't know this. Okay? So I go up to all below was there. Now I was out in the main and I said, you sir, sorry man, my name's Sylvester. My dad asked me to run up and ask how much the boxing is. And he said, no, it's free of charge. He's trying to get the kids off the streets and help kids out and things like that. I said, really? He said, yes. I said, can you please tell my dad? So he came and said to my dad and he told me.
So Aubrey Lovers had a boxing gym to get kids off the street.
Correct.
And your dad wanted to get you in on that.
Yes, but he didn't know. He didn't know. This is the whole thing about me boxing. He did not know that there was a boxing gym. He knew Aubrey through the grapevine, with the old times all knew each other. That's good. So he knew Aubrey knew my dad, but they didn't know each other as such. And he didn't know there was a boxing club at all. He wanted to invest into my brain because he didn't think I had anything to do boxing after the first time I was in the box. So I went there and I actually ran up to the podium to he couldn't believe it. I was like, what? Is there really a boxing club? Because he questioned my mind. And there really was a boxing club. That was God's grace. God wanted me to box. It was like a sign.
It's brilliant, man. And I remember we spoke just before this briefly. You said your dad did some sort of boxing in the army?
Yeah, so my dad was a very naughty guy, obviously, growing up. A lot of fights in the street and that type of stuff. And that's one of the biggest reasons why.
You weren't necessarily that far from the truth.
No, but you see, the whole thing is he didn't want me in that same environment. He didn't want me to fight in the street. He wanted me to be humble and respect and love everyone.
It's brilliant.
And the other thing is, yes, when I was growing up in school, like you know me, I was a little cocky, snot cock. Sure, I was. But you know, you got to live and learn and laugh. And throughout the years, I've humbled myself and now I love and respect everyone the same. I don't believe there's anyone better than the next one. Just depends what your mind and what you're willing to do in life.
It's great.
It makes another person better than another person.
It's great, man. I mean, I've always known, you know, from what you've seen in movies and what you've heard people say, you know, boxing it's about discipline.
Sure.
You know, but when you hear someone talk about this story of like, you know, even going like, oh, we love it.
Yes.
You know, that his whole motivation for starting a boxing gym was to get kids off the street.
Correct.
That rippling effect of that discipline, that love for people and that respect for yourself and others. I mean, you are not doing that. You know, when you were in school, you know, you used to sit with your friends under that statue by the steps. I mean, if you told me this now, and I think back to the person you were then, I would never put those two together. So it's amazing to see that transformation that you've had and that you're inspiring other people. You know, how did you feel when you had your head injury after those trials?
You
know, how did that change that narrative for you?
You see, it humbled me a lot in life because, you know, at that time, like you talking about school, going back to the school times, I was winning, I was knocking guys out in the ring. I was a little bit of a naughty guy in the street, so looking guys as well, things like that. So, when that actually happened, it woke me up in life, you know, because now you think to yourself, you know, where's everyone when I was on top, I had everyone with me. And now that I'm at the bottom, I can't box anymore, where's everyone, you know what I mean? So kind of waking you up and life in life and saying, you know, where's everyone now? You know, they're with you when you're on the top, when you're at the bottom, there's no one to be seen. I woke up, my dad,
a lot of people can relate to that.
No, 100%. And my dad, first of all, my dad was, he always said to me, you know, be humble, respect everyone, don't think you're better than anyone else, don't think you're better than everyone else. So I was looking at, you know, being the best I can in every aspect. But I went kind of the wrong way. Obviously, it also depends on who you hang around with. The old saying in the book is you are who you're with. Now, I believe a lot in myself, I always have. And I'm not a follower, I'm a leader. It's as simple as that. But, so in terms of drinking, smoking, Jordan, I never have. My whole life, I'm not that type of guy. I hate that. And because of my dad, I've got to bring my dad into this again. He always told me from a kid, don't drink, don't smoke, don't draw, don't fight in the street, don't do the wrong things, I don't know. So in a way, yes, it's a lot. My influence was mostly from my dad. But then I did, like I said, I went kind of the wrong way. When I say the wrong way, not drinking, smoking, drawing and that, but in terms of the wrong people. So if someone looks at me wrong, I've got a bad temper, what are you looking at? I want to eat the guys, that type of stuff.
No, I mean, that was something we, you know, at a young age.
Yeah,
everyone wants to, you know, I'll see you in the park after school.
100%, that's exactly it. And unfortunately, at a young age, everyone wants to prove a point. They're the best. They want to get an identity. As I said before, when you're young, you know, people bully you and that sticks. So words hurt. Correct.
And if you don't, you either are the one saying those words, you become the bully. You're the one being bullied. So you either believe you are above everyone else, or you believe you are below everyone else.
Exactly. So at that stage in my life, because I was knocking guys out in the ring, knocking guys out in the street, which was wrong, my name was out there. In life, what my dad told me, and I only learned this later on in life, is you don't want to, he said to me, this is what he said to me, this is the words he exactly said to me, he said, boy, do you want people to love and respect you in life, or do you want people to hate you and fear you? So to your face, and ask you, hey boy, how you doing? Hey, you great. But behind you, like, hey, I don't like this guy. This guy's a terrible guy. He's a bully. And like I said to you prior to this, in life, you live and learn. So I'm thinking to myself now when my dad first told me, I said, what do you know, man? People like me, people don't dislike me. I'm bouncing back. Yeah, people don't like me because I'm a bully, but because they know my name and they're scared of me, they get nasty in my face, but how I'm back, I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? I said, I thought about it, snapped. It snapped. You know, you're right. No more. When I say a bully, I never read around little kids and small kids and that kind of stuff. I need bigger guys than me and that kind of stuff. But there was not much you had to do really for me to want to eat you. You had to give me one stupid look, or one dirty comment, and I want to eat you.
Yeah.
So that's not right. For me now, I love and respect. I want everyone to love me, I want to love everyone. I want to respect everyone, I want to respect me. Respect is earned. At the same time, if you give respect, you will get respect.
You should get it back.
100%. So I maintain in life, I don't need you to be respectful to me first for me to give you respect. If you give me respect, if I give you respect, obviously you need respect back. There's no reason for me not to. So I'll put the first step in the door in order for you to do the second step.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it the next.
No, absolutely, and that's an awesome mindset to have, and people shouldn't think themselves above others. You can be a mentor to someone, which you are, but you shouldn't be like that hated bossy guy.
100%.
So after your head injury, when you told me that story, I think it was Wayne Gretzky who said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
100%.
So what made you push through to of course you rested as per advice from your physician. What made you push through to go back and want to just take that shot at getting that title fight for the country?
So what happened is, when I had the injury, my whole life was falling apart because just prior to this whole head injury, I got picked for Olympics, or Olympic trials, not picked as yet in the Olympic team, but me, Chris Van Heeren, and Hickey Bakker were 3 South African picks, the first 3 South African picks to go to Olympic trials, try out the Olympics. And then I think I done like maybe 3 or 4 tries, and then I fell on my head. And I had a 2.5 centimeter bruise on my brain.
2.5 centimeter bruise?
2.5 centimeter bruise on my brain. So the doctor thought, because I went to Percy Miller. This is my dad's specialist, my dad had a car accident when he was younger. I went to him and went for an MRI scan on my head, and I had 2.5 centimeter bruise on my brain. So this guy, I was getting migraines all the time, I was constantly bringing up, just to never laugh anymore. And so I went to him, and he put me on Epilim, Trophonol, he put me on heavy scheduled tablets. And at that stage, I was sleeping all the time. I was vomiting or sleeping because obviously of the pain. I thought my life was gone. What am I going to do in my life? And then he told me I couldn't watch my life again because of this bruise in my brain. Because it can, like I said, it can cause epileptic fits, number one. And if I get hit in the head, I could possibly die because it cause bleeding on the brain. Wow. So he said, you're never going to boxing, kiss your boxing goodbye. And this is at the peak of my boxing career. I just won all African games. I was the best in Africa. I was a 3-time SA champion prior to that. I was at the top of my game, but also, God has a way. Sorry, I talk about God, but God has a way of humbling us. And I think maybe that was the way God humbled me. Like I said, I was but I had at times, so like I always say, I'll repeat this again. I don't believe you're going to drink to enjoy yourself. I don't believe you're going to take drugs to enjoy yourself. I don't believe you're going to clubs to enjoy yourself. There's a lot of different things you can do in life to enjoy yourself. You don't need to be intoxicated in any ways and means to live your life and enjoy yourself. And that's what I love to be who I am, and I don't believe in anything else I'm not. Straight to the core. That's how it is. Anyhow, what I was saying is, it humbled me so much because it brought me back to realize that no one's better than the next. And I've said it a couple of times, but that's the truth. When you're on top, this is really not saying again, when you're on top of your life and you're winning everything and you've been great for yourself, everyone wants to be your mate, everyone wants to be your friend. But once things kind of fall out, or things don't work out to a plan, or you're not on top no more, where's everyone? So, it humbled me a lot, and I'm happy to go out there that he gave me a chance to, 2.5 years later, he gave me a chance to get back to boxing. But in that period of time, those 2.5 years, I finished my personal training career, of course. Then I started working at Virgin Active in Basonia. I done my personal training then for a year. I studied spinning, ab course, and a VFit class through them while I was while I was personal training there. Then I decided to open my own gym up for more of the boxing aspects. Do the boxing and the gym together. So I'm the best of both worlds.
That's a good story, man. You know, having the head injury and then still doing something afterwards, opening up the gym, you know, you pick yourself up and you just move forward. And that's a life lesson. That a lot of you'll probably never be in a position again where you put yourself up above someone else.
Never again.
I believe now you'll be this mentor and source of inspiration. You've told me when you walked in, there's this guy who's transformed so much. And I think that's awesome that even if it's one person.
Sure.
You know, that's why I want to do this. You know, I want to show people watching and people listening that, you know, inspiration exists anywhere.
100%.
You don't have to be a famous guy. You don't have to be known internationally to inspire someone else. You know, there's a lot of talent here in South Africa, in our own, in Joburg. And people need to see that. People need to see that there's talent and they mustn't be put down by the belief that they'll never be like Tony Robbins or like Sylvester Stallone on the movies.
100%.
You know, you've got your own story and there's people who are at various stages who can relate to you. And yeah, it's about inspiration. So what advice would you give? If you had to, you know, you can elaborate a bit if you want, or you can summarize it, like your success secrets. What would you say those are for anyone listening and watching?
It's very simple. Number one, never ever believe that you're better than anyone else. Yes, always have the comment in your life that you're great and you're better than anyone else in that aspect. But don't walk around the streets and think that you're better than anyone else and that they under you because you're a professional boxer and you're number one in the world or you're a great swimmer, whatever the story is. Don't make your successes make you feel better than anyone else. You know what I mean? So I believe in life people got to push the hard side, whatever they want in life. Whether you want to be a swimmer or you want to be a scientist or whatever, it doesn't even be like sports, it can be like anything in life. You got to push the utmost in your career, what you're looking to do. Look, I'm successful because I believe in myself. Yes, I keep on saying don't think you're better than else, put in your mind. You can think you're better than else, but never show that you're better than else. Don't walk around and think that you're less than me. You always got to think that you're number one in order to be number one in the world. But don't show that you think better than someone else. Don't make yourself feel less than you. I just believe that you're going to push the best you can and whatever you want.
Be your own hero.
100%.
You know, I watched this short video last night on Facebook. It was Matthew McConaughey when he was really young.
Yes.
He had won an award or an Academy Award, and he told a story. Someone asked him who his hero was. He said, "My hero is me in 10 years' time."
What's it said?
Yeah, and then he said the same thing. And at the 10-year mark, he said the same thing in the next 10 years.
And you'll never be where you want to be. Really.
That's fantastic. It's constant growth.
And that's with me, like everyone says, who's your hero? When I was growing up, I always wanted to be as strong as my dad. I always thought my dad was the strongest man in the world. Like I'm sure most kids do think. And I thought, there's no one better than my dad. My dad's the best. I want to be like him one day. And I don't know if I've ever been in his footsteps. I've never ever was in his footsteps. But saying this, I believe in myself. I believe in myself more than anyone. I believe I can do whatever I say I'm going to do. And so I am also in that aspect my hero as well, because you personally only do what they really want to do. You can tell me now, so it's I'm around 100 Ks. But if you can tell me that to my face, but saying one thing and doing another thing is two different things. If you believe you can do it, you'll work on it until you do it. Like again I say one thing and doing another thing is altogether a different story.
But there's power in that. I watched an episode on London Real. I can't remember who it was. Brian Rose made a comment about how do you know someone's a vegan? You know, like, because they'll tell you.
Yes.
But the person he interviewed, and I forgot his name, he said there's power in that. When you tell someone, you know, I'm a vegan or I'm going to run 100 kilometers, you are almost committing to that.
100%.
If you don't do it, you see that person again and they'll say, weren't you a vegan? Or how the hell did they run it?
100%.
So there's definitely power in that.
100%.
And it's amazing that it's like that aspect of telling someone what you're going to do is one thing, because you're almost committing yourself to that person directly.
100%.
But the commitment comes from yourself, guys. And Sylvester's 100% right. You have to believe in you. Be your own hero. Use Sylvester's story as inspiration and other people's stories. You know, this is just one of many of these that I intend to do. My own story will come out eventually. And Sylvester, is anything else, any other advice?
Just one more thing. In my little story that I said today, there's a lot of things I don't offend anyone, but I mean, like I said, I am who I am. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't believe in getting clubs and all that type of stuff is living life. I believe living life is doing more than that. I don't believe that's living life. Toxic yourself is living life. I don't believe that. I believe being who you are naturally is living life. One old saying that I also learned in my life is steal your eyes. So if you like something someone's doing, don't mention it. Just look what they're doing and take it. If you like what our guy throws a left hook, take it. If you like how the other guy throws a right hand, take it. One day you put the two together, you become better than both of them with their left hook and the straight right. Steal the eyes.
That's what I'm doing. You know, it'll come out eventually. My inspiration for doing this was what Brian Rose does with London. And he said, if my story inspires you, I challenge you to do your own city reel. And my introduction was pretty much the way he introduces all of his guests.
Sure.
And there's power in that, you know, in lifting up the guest and showing inspiration to the world. And I've got my own twist on it. But absolutely, as you say, if something inspires you, go for it, man. There's nothing original in the world. No piece of architecture is original. No idea is original. No recipe is original. You've got to take what moves you and feel free to tailor it and adapt it to your specific needs. You know, Sylvester's story doesn't have to inspire someone who wants to become a boxer or earn their own gym. This could inspire you through your exams. It could inspire you through opening a restaurant. It could inspire you to owning a car dealership. It doesn't matter. The idea is it's about inspiration and transformation. I'm fascinated with transformation. I love Sylvester's story about how he transformed more than once in his life. And we hope together that this story can help inspire you and transform you.
Remember, you believe you can achieve. You believe you can achieve. So from nothing to where I am now. I'm not going to be boxing no more in my life. But I am still teaching other guys to box. I'm still training people's bodies. And there's nothing better in life than feeling confident yourself again. A lot of people that are overweight, and after they lose their weight, and they start feeling good about themselves again, they feel untouchable. So believe in yourself. That's the most important thing. Believe in yourself and you will achieve. Believe in you will achieve. Simple as that.
Fantastic. Sylvester, just to close off, so as we've said, you know, we're at your gym now. I'm hoping we can get a picture of your old gym when you had it.
Sure.
Your residence. Now's your shot. Take 30 seconds and just promote your gym. What kind of people do you want to attract? What message do you want to send out?
Like I say to everyone, I'm the best of both worlds. Meaning, what I say about the best of both worlds is I'm a personal trainer by trade, so I can give you weight training, all sorts of weight training, weight loss, weight gain, powerlifting. I can give you all of that. Plus, I'm a professional boxer. So I can give you the best weight loss and self-defense you have. So like I said, let's I'm the best of both worlds. I've made a lot of people lose weight. I've trained Johnny Boy to lead, top representative as well for celebrity boxing match in 2014.
Top representative?
Yes.
Wow. So you've you've trained someone.
Yes, Sam's one of the hard also, he's also made a movie recently. He's one, I think, artist in SA also.
Is there a link that people can go to see training with him? Or?
Look, if you just put Jonathan Boyd to lead training with Sylvester ZAKI or celebrity boxing match, you'll pick it up. Jonathan Boyd will be forward. Ewan Strader. Ewan Strader is, I think, Espresso's commentator as well. They actually fought each other. It's a celebrity boxing match. They fought each other. It's called Night of Champions.
Who won?
Unfortunately, Ewan won. I still want a rematch. Ewan knows that. I want a rematch. But just depending if Jonathan wants to take the rematch. Jonathan, there's a couple of things that Jonathan listens to. It's very important. This is very important. When you eat in the bag, eat in the pads, that's one thing. You can look amazing when you're actually in the ring. It's a different story altogether. Almost something. The bag and pants are all in the back. The pros of the ring is in the back. That's the difference.
That's what life is.
100%.
You know, and you know, life hit you that head injury, and you.
Follow the box for
and you hit it back. You
follow the
hit
box
it back.
you know what I mean? I thought that my career was finished. And God's grace, I worked at Virgin Active for a year, like I said, as a course trainer. When I opened my own facility, I started boxing again. My head injury was completely gone. By God's grace.
Yeah, it's
2.5% of the bruise was gone.
And I believe it's that discipline, that mindset that, you know, it all works together, guys. So, you know, if you are keen, please, Sylvester, ZAKI's got his own gym, ZAKI, New Mind Fitness Gym, 48 Boysons Road, Selby. Guys, you see what he does, you've heard his story. Come through, give it a try. Ladies, gentlemen, if you want to be trained by someone who's got a mindset, who's been through rough times, who knows what it's like to fail, but to put the pieces up again, this is your guy.
I appreciate the support. Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much, man.
Cheers.